And we're live. Doze in the flesh. I'm here with SIMMIE AUTO MATIK.
Sporadic. You feel me?
It's that Art of War. So basically, I had this text typed out around the time that Brian was in town. And obviously, Brian, if you don't know, Brian CUBE came to Ohio to visit, and I was just in this funk, man, and I didn't respond at the time in time. And when I did make the plans like that day, I didn't say nothing. Like normally I'm on it, you know, like I think I was just going through some stuff in my relationship or whatever, and I couldn't focus on it, so I didn't, and I was all depressed. So long story short, I didn't make none of that. But then I had this idea with you. I hit you up and I was like, in the text, in the inbox, whatever, I'm like, yeah, I wanna do this podcast, and I want to talk about, you know, how you had a big influence on me, really to try to take rap seriously. Because when I met you guys, it was tight.
So we did. It was the pull-up ciphers.
Yeah.
Everywhere we went, like we'd just see some people vibing. You know what I'm saying? It was a spot called Yellow Springs. It's still there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. It was.
There's nowhere else.
Yellow Springs, Ohio, known to be a hippie town, but for real, the vibe is perfection. When you go down there, it's just like high energy coming from every angle at you.
Different kinds too, all kind of different kinds too. Like that, if you want the whole piece of the pie type shit, like that's every piece of it. There's all kind of demographics.
I ain't gonna lie, Yellow Springs ain't what it used to be, but back then, it was the spot. So people be out there just jamming with their guitars and playing the drums. So we'd just come up and start the cipher off.
Yeah. Well, we had obviously an agenda. You know, we had an agenda to do that, but and that everybody's always going out there to jam with their instrument and shit. You know, there's what do they call bussing? There's like bussing still down there where they motherfuckers put their whatever their talent is out and then put out their little plate like, let me get some bread, like, you know, perform on the street.
Yeah, street performance.
Yeah. So like in Poi, I learned from a chick I was dating that like through Poi, that's what they call that shit. Busting. Like they would have to light their shit on fire and like twirl it for people for the money, like, which would be some shit I guess I'll pay for, you know. Actually, when I proposed to Cheyenne, we went right down the road and caught in Springs. I proposed at the mini ramp and then walked down the bike path, and then at the bike path was the fire poi at that Peaches Bar and Grill right in the parking lot. So we sat and watched that, got drunk, chilled. Yeah. It's a tight place to go down and have a good time at, and be a good person and be around good people, like find cool shit to do, whatever, you know. Yeah, it's real cool. It did get played out when everybody wanted to be there, like any and everybody wanted to be there. But when it was like you would go on the regular and meet regular people out there regularly, that shit's fun, you know, to do whatever it is you're out there to do, the park.
Yeah,
the trails.
For real. Even in the middle of parties, you know what I'm saying? Folks that have dance circles. We got a cipher circle over here.
We just would go to these parties in order to rap. We would, whatever we was doing that night, we was also going to be doing some rapping. Whether we was beatboxing with it, whether, you know, I wish
Brian
we would have
came
more
with the beatbox.
Wish we would have brought more speakers and did the hookups to speakers and over beats shit. Because then, like, what was the best was the finesse. Y'all's finesse on just like pulling up to places that were venues that had live music and being like, yo, we supposed to perform. Yeah. Like that type shit. Yeah, that and got the amount of times we just hopped up on stage just because. Or y'all, you were involved with the poetry society in your school. Man. Right? That you because you had all kind of, you had shit popping off.
Man, it was this time we went to Columbus. Yeah, me and Brian, we went to Columbus with the Revolution Society. You know what I'm saying? And
when was that?
Man,
we saw in the 08, 09.
This was 08, 09, early on in there. And we were just going up and down High Street, just popping into different clubs. And it was It was around winter time, so it wasn't too deep. But we finessed our way right on the stage after a couple other sets.
Circle, circle, dot, dot.
Scribble, scribble, jot, jot. No cootie since the Fuji's got my hip hop shot. Hey, nah, for real.
Hey, that shit was fucking. You had some fucking bangers, man. Y'all pulled up with the bangers and would perform them, and then it let me get in with the freestyles. And then I had just had practice on freestyle. I was already doing open mics out that way too, hitting the spots up the Brother Bear spot, the wherever I could do. I was doing the same shit, like trying to. Yeah. So it was when we linked up at the park. I met Brian one day. He was just skating down there. I'm like, oh shit, California swag. I said what's up to him. Then we blew some dank, is what it was. He just smoked it in his car or whatever. He just like recognized game. We went and smoked and fucking. I rapped for him. I told him that that's really what I was doing. I was just out getting wrecked, you know what I mean? And did that. Then he went back and whatever he was with SIMMIE the next time, because the next time I seen B-Right, he had you with him. And from then on, it's history. You know, we went and started recording. We recorded that day once we met. We made it. They were fire days. Them days were all long and drawn out, but have like all fire. Like, and when we would want like a break or something, we would dip into the village and like look for girls or fucking. y'all.
We had fun, man. We had a blast. We had turned up, man.
It was great. No, honestly, dude. That part, but then the actual in the village, when our ciphers in the village would get so live, like there was one time we were had people chanting behind us, like crowds behind us, like running, like not running, but like chanting and walking up through the street, the main drag type shit. Past the theater, like Dave was motherfucking sitting over there at one point during all that shit, which was fire, dude. It was just fire.
No, for real. Like, we always drew a crowd every time.
It's fun, dude. Well, and then you know, the y'all us going out into the colleges after that, or meeting people out at parties, doing the same thing. Any party we ended up at.
We were always making connections, but I'm sorry because it was really only that short period of time, because Brian didn't come back the next year after our freshman year of college, so really only had those 6 months to go crazy. I did end up going out there at the end of that next year around Christmas time and popping out to Cali, and we finished the mixtape, put it together, and honestly,
that shit was hard. He just put it back. He just sent me it.
Yeah, I know. I got it too. Okay. It's fire.
Re-release. I mean,
it's fire. And the thing is, like, at that point, that's the one point in my life I was like, man, that's when you're supposed to take that leap of faith. Because I shouldn't have came back from Cali. I could have easily just found me a job out there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're talking about the butterfly effect.
You know what I'm saying? Effect. Well, you know what I'm saying? Just talking about like different decisions in life. That's what kind of set it off. Because I was like, you know what I'm saying? I would have to go against my family and everybody else's wishes.
Well, you was in school on their dime or whatever,
I was in school on their dime, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like I gotta go back.
You were hard, man. You was ready. You were ready. I think you was ready.
Yeah, we were ready.
You were ready, bro. You were ready. Like all my friends, they jumped on your dick, bro. They wasn't trying to hear me flow no more, bro. They was like, they wanted to hear SIMMIE shit, bro. Like hands down, bro. You was hard, bro. You got me to where I was hard, really. Honestly, like straight up, yeah.
Man, that's what a cipher is. It's a build, you know.
Well, it was all natural. It all came natural to me, but like getting around y'all felt the most natural and like what's that called? Organic. Yeah. Like that anything ever happened ever, and that's why we named our crew like type shit. Like,
you know what I'm saying, the art of war, because there's the art to this war.
SIMMIE came up. He can explain. I'm let him do all that shit. Talk about all that shit. Go ahead.
Well, no, it's Sun Tzu. It's the art of war.
I know all that, but go ahead and explain what you know. Go ahead. I'm gonna do this dab.
Oh yeah. Well, no, what it means to us for real is just that we paint pictures with words. Like we are trying to bring color to this world. You know, it's so bland. And honestly, I kind of feel like we let the people down. If we would have kept going how we had it moving,
I know. Trust me, I know.
we would have started a whole movement,
it's okay.
man.
We're smarter.
You know what I'm saying?
now.
We are smarter older now, and I'm not talking about the what ifs, the ands, but we talking about the past. So I'm just looking back at it like it's the good times.
How that happened though? How that all happened and how organic all that shit worked out. It just makes me know that now, once everybody is willing and able to put in what they can put in, we can make shit pop.
When you're on the same frequency.
Yeah. There was a lot of learning that I went to what you were just talking about how you're forking the road. I mean, I had to go to the joint. I had to do my time. I had a lot of shit to do. I had a lot of learning to do and growing up to do. And my 20s were really hard, you know, and I made them hard. I made them hard.
No, for real. I could have avoided a lot of that, like I said, if
well,
I'd
shit, I'm glad you're in Ohio. Fuck all that. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about.
We would have still been cool, you know what I'm saying?
I know, but we wouldn't kick it.
And we
because we get to kick it now.
I'm saying, but by the time all your
I'm glad.
stuff,
I wish you would. Yeah, I guess if it meant you making bread, rapping.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, obviously.
You know what I'm saying? So then by the time you get out or whatever the bullshit happened, boom, pop out here, bro. Get the fuck out of Ohio, G. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And we making moves.
Honestly, I feel like that put a big like black on your shoulder when it came to like really wanting to pursue your talent. I think
it stopped.
Hello. Yeah, we're off again, like that. Okay. Or we were talking about. I was explaining the meaning of the Art of Wart. Actually, how we came up with it. We was always all weekend long since we started recording. We recorded some freestyles, and I got on the tape, and which was fucking tight. I got made up a little shirt. Got. You always had some merch, right, at the time, and
merch,
had some merch and shit, and when you got the booth out, we got the booth out, and I checked out at the beats, and just we had a killer weekend, bro. And then we made a group out of it, and SIMMIE came up with it. At the time, it was more like industry, like, you know, like industry awareness, like on some underground shit, like us versus the system, us versus like the who can't be named, the Voldemort to Illuminatist to the like verse the darkness type shit, like and that's like how it was. It was all just us, our hip hop, like my hip hop, my real like first hip hop crew, you know, like to be genuine. Honestly, I didn't really had. Like, not like I had hella since. I ain't had hella since then. I got other friends that I met along the way or kept and all that, but, you know.
No, for real. It's dope that the energy was just impeccable.
That time was great. Yeah, it fueled. That's the point of it. That's why it's tatted on me. And that's why it's the squad still, you know, because like it fueled what's going on now. And I would have never picked my pen back up type shit during or after the joint or along the way, put out all the songs I put out or whatever, you know.
Nah, I feel you.
So I appreciate you. And then all the hip hop arguments or even our own little bickers or shits over time, like all that shit shapes you into, you know, who you are. So it's been fucking good to fucking have you, and thanks for like you know being down to boogie on this motherfucker, because so that's the start and the name of the Art of War, you know. Like we was in the fucking like elevator or some shit on campus. We would just pull up at campus, kick it at campus, whatever, catch the meal, try and work on shit, and then back and forth between Yellow Springs and all that, and then shit, okay, on to this now, the case. So the night we called my case, we did a open mic. It was poetry slam, right? Yeah. That night, I got to rap. It was just fire because I did a good job at that one. Did the one. I said ninjas in the room full of the fucking super Afrocentric crowd. Super gamble. Super like. Ended up all right. So that was tight.
He ended up all right. It was a couple looks, but he ended up all right.
Of course, there's always a good look.
Man. But yeah. No, those were good times. One time, man.
You had them opportunities, man. You was doing shit. You was busting moves.
Yeah, it was fun, man. The flow, you know what I'm saying? But
I thought you had the juice at the time for sure. It is what it is. I mean, you still got the motherfucking juice. You just got to use that shit. You don't use it, then you may lose it. You know, it's a muscle. That's how I look at it.
Nah, that's for real. You gotta exercise. That's why they call it lyrical exercise and all that. I mean, I could still spit flows on most of these cats, but the thing about it is, I like to research my stuff, and I don't know. It was different when I was.
You
in
write
school.
songs well. You freestyle well, and you write songs well. So like that's rare. You know, like I don't know how motherfuckers know that much about songwriting and hip hop and shit, but you know, some people ghost write, some people.
Yeah, sometimes it's just about feeling the melody. Back then, it was just all about having a sound in my mind. So whatever was in, I would just make a beat in my head and use that to write the flow, and then I could put that flow to any beat I found, or if I found the one that I felt like this was the one, or sometimes I find that one beat that I could put any style to and just use that.
There's
over
a perfect
and over.
one sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's just that perfect beat that you can write a million songs to, and I find one like that and just go. But that was just more so for the singular verses. But when it comes to like doing the songs, like one time, I don't even know where this one came from, but what it was like, it said, so this female speaker, she said, I don't know what to do with you. You're always on your grind. What about family time? She said, I need you, but I can't be with you. Always on your grind, not paying family ties. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
Oh, that's a fire course.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, you knew some people too. That Honeybee chick out that way.
Oh yeah, she was a monster. There was a lot of monsters.
I thought that the last time I seen she was making music still and
She's
promoting
still making it. Yeah.
So check out Honeybee. We be plugging shit around here. We're not hating at this studio.
No hating. No. Definitely plug Honeybee. That's my sister. I actually saw her not too long ago down in the A. She doing good.
When I talked to her in the DM, she was like, she tried to like explain hip hop to me. She tried to like woman or black woman explain hip hop to me. I'm like, well, hip hop is just trying to tell me. But it was cool how she defined it and shit. She defined it as a series of rhythms, and then in this way that she defined it was really beautiful and shit. But it was just funny how it's type of shit. I'm like, I know, that's why I said I like Simmie's flows and shit. That's why I'm with you on it. I agree with you, man. We're saying the same thing, man. Anyway, man. Like,
I said, don't get beat up, because, you know what I'm saying, she take it the wrong way. She'll put them hands on it. She'll put the mitts on them.
There are a lot of women that do fight and will fight and are, and I know that.
Oh, yeah, nah, she cool, though. She ain't...
Hopefully she just has
it's peace and love always. But
I just joke. I'm completely kidding about everything I'm saying.
I already know. That's why you know what I'm saying? But...
Mostly, anything that's like seems like it was abrasive when I said it because it was like some fucking abrasive, like that's my comedy button line with this shit. I don't pull the punch on the like heavy sensitive side of shit because I feel like that's like something somebody guilty would do or something.
No. I feel you. I feel you on the comedy, man.
Well, like
I push my limits all the time. You feel me?
So, like, is this racist to you? I'm gonna say this right now and ask. So, like, is this racist to you? I was gonna bring you around my dogs so my dogs could get to know and see and know a black person because I don't know very many, or not that they don't see him on my back, but I don't know if I just don't want my dogs to be racist. Some dogs are racist. You know that, right? Like, you've been in houses, I'm sure, probably, or whatever, seen a dog that just particularly didn't like you because it ain't been around, probably too many goddamn black people.
I feel like every dog likes me, but I got a little pit bull in my heart, so that's just different.
I have seen every dog like you that I've ever seen. There are just dogs that I do know that are like that, though. That not, and for both ways. Shit, your dog don't like me? Oh, I don't know if it's because I'm white or what the fuck, but
I got a lot of them. So
no, King
oh,
didn't
King.
Like me.
Oh yeah, King. He's just an asshole. If you move too fast, he's gonna,
that's me. I'm jittery. I'm a jitterbug for sure. I'm jittery.
Yeah, he don't like all that extra movement. Man.
Steering back to just that night when I called my case. I guess that was all super dope ass time too. We had fun at the open mic. left open mic, was going back into town, was flowing, doing the same shit, bombing shit. We just be hip hop bombing places and things, and if we can make it into like more than we can, we embellish a little type shit. We was doing that, and that worked for us. Shit, and then.
Oh yeah, no, we made shit shake.
That
because we were recording in the dorm room, so we had stuff. My man's had a Magic. His programs was Magic, some little German software for the music, and we were in the dorm room recording. Man, everybody would come through beer. Just to record.
With that beer.
Oh, I think they were going already.
All right, yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
I was in on one of them. That's how I made it on the tape. I was talking about the night I called my head, ended up calling. Simmie's the last person I kicked it with before I did 3 years that night. Basically is what it ended up to. We was chilling at the bars doing freestyles. I dropped him off. I had blacked out when I left. When I picked him up, my ride was knocking in my engine is what I'm saying. So I picked him up on some like, damn, my car's already fucked up shit. But like we chanced it. We always chanced it. That's what we did. We pushed it all the time. Like
all the time. We were on the roof doing shows. You feel me?
Pushed it all the time.
Always the limits.
Make it. That was our motto. Was make it happen a lot.
Just make it happen. That's why I was SIMMIE AUTOMATIK, Mr. Make It Happen. You feel me? Every trip.
Yeah. I can dig it.
But yeah, I don't know.
One of these. This is my first episode. I'm just glad that you're here and we're doing it. And it once again was some organic. Everything I pretty much had done with you. My favorite time with you in Art of Wart and all that was the time I was rocking the fucking merch and we slid in Yellow Springs, slid up. You had finessed them, told them we were supposed to be on the set. We got on the set. They played the beats over. Then we did it all improv. Y'all did one of the your songs, but then like then we're notorious for rocking the beat too, just like freestyling the whole time. Like I had an awesome little verse and just passing it back like on some Jurassic 5 shit, and that kind of thing. And that was my favorite time downtown Yellow Springs. So, lots of times we did rock the mic and shit, but then we made Shadow Puppets. Okay, fast forward to the next highlight. Really, was probably Shadow Puppets. Shadow Puppets was a fire ass. Me and my friends talk about that. Mike, we still talk about Shadow Puppets sometimes. That's Mike's first verse or second or some shit like that. But making that track was fire too. We had never. You and I have never made a song, so we need to. Motherfucker, I'm down.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely do. I be jamming your shit off the mixtape too, man.
Okay, cool, man, cool. Well, I'm gonna work on what you said on that critique on like making. I just recently started mixing all my music myself, guys. So bear with me for a little while on this next little bit, and then not really on, but just like I'm getting it. I'm getting the hang of it. So they're clearing up and they're gonna sound better. What I was paying people to do, I'm teaching myself how to do. People get degrees to do it. I'm just teaching myself, like I'm hip hop like that. Like I just be like trying to teach myself. And so I'm doing that. I'm doing better. I'm doing what I'm doing. This tape I'm releasing now. I'm trying to mix my whole self. And then if I get in a bind, I'm gonna hit up Josh Cox or Mike Reilly. And those are my mix guys. Yeah, what you want to do? Dab or smoke another blunt? Something. What you want to do? Right.
I'm high, bro.
You cool? You cool? We'll talk about it then. Talk about how high you just doses. I just want to keep myself, like I said, on that going up. Because if I let myself get too tired, then that's the end of it for me. I'm gonna be like, shut down. So we talked about my favorite time. What's your favorite AO dub? Like.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. The time I talk about the most is. Are we recording even?
Yeah. As see them bars.
Oh yeah.
That means we're catching audio and them bars right there.
Oh, say word. Say word.
Dude, I did. All right.
But yeah, nah. My favorite time, honestly, it wasn't even Art of Wart time. It was the realest time that I remember with Josh. Time to talk about time when we end up at this party, man. I don't even remember where we walked from, but we end up at this party over there by Wright State.
Right State.
And
Elime, that's why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was dating Eli at the time, and then through that's why we was at Wright State. That's the only reason I would have been at Wright State, is all I'm saying.
I don't even know if I don't even really remember her there. All I remember was we pulled up in this motherfucker, and you knew some of the motherfuckers in there, and they was on shrooms and shit. I ain't never did shrooms. But the thing was, I was drunk as fuck. I was already drunk as shit. And there was this one girl in there, and she had ate the shrooms, and she was advertising it. So I don't know why she was advertising it like that. My man Josh, he came through and said, "Hey, you should let my man get those shrooms." She was like, "Nah." He was like, "Nah, let him get them. Like, he ain't never tried them before." She was like, I don't know." And then now Josh got a whole chant of white boys going with him, talking about, "Give him the shrooms, give him the shrooms, give him the shrooms."
Yeah, dog.
Shorty, she ain't really want to give him up, but she felt so precious, she gave me the shrooms, man. Said, "Bet." So I go out, eat the shrooms. Ugh. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But fuck it.
I eat them. I don't put them on nothing as nasty as they are. I guess I like how nasty they are.
You gotta mix them with chocolate, man. Chocolate it's chocolate.
I like how nasty they are, if that makes sense.
Yeah, them things, you gotta put some chocolate with it. I ain't know at the time. My first room just said that.
Tell your story.
You know what I'm saying? But at this point, motherfucking, I'm drunk as hell, so I don't even feel the shrooms. So now, the whole rest of the party, I gotta fake like I'm tripping when I'm not. Cause this girl just gave me an eighth of a shroom and she already feel bad. She looking at me with a whole scowl. You know, I could have whole ass bagged her if I maybe just let her eat the shrooms. Yeah. I ain't know no better though. I just wanted some shrooms. She wasn't that cute, so it was like, fuck it, do the shrooms. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't even get fucked up, and that's why I was kind of.
What's your favorite fucking time? What? All right.
No, it's the time I mentioned them. No, because of how you backed me, bro. You made sure you got me the shrooms. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point. Like my man.
I was a wingman. I'm a slick wingman, especially if I respect you or you're my dude. I respect you, Simmy, man. So I was trying, you know what I mean, like to be. Simmy was always stand up to me. You know what I mean, on some like. Tip your hat to other alpha shit, so like felt like there wasn't no reason. I wanted to be friends with Simmy, so I just was this friend type shit. Try to look out. That's all. There's the times I just we went out one night, whatever. I buy the drinks. I mean, just not overly or whatever, but I try and look out. You know what I mean? I try and do that for people I give a fuck about and respect and all that other shit. But
no, we try to balance it out. Always show love, man. That's what it was. Love and gratitude.
I'm about to dabitude, and then I'm gonna keep climbing platitudes after Miss Attitude, whose ass is cruelly something needs back and duty. No, I'm not gonna do rap stuff. I need to do this.
We could do raps, man.
Hold on. I don't want
pass the movies. Tell her not to pass the cooties. Just pass the coochie. What are you, half a hoochie? I'm looking at her like, damn. Ratatouille, but she still know how to cook. She cool, G. No, that's a little bullshit, but that's fun though, man. That's what we used to do. We just come up with, but you know what I'm saying?
Rap all day long.
Whole day.
You always have me rapping.
It got so bad. We were like talking and rap. Like people were like, "Are you rapping at me?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm just talking to you, shorty. What do you want for me?" You know what I'm saying? Nah, not even as blatant as that, but no, it'd be like straight up because it's always a rhythm to everything. We're just in tune with the rhythm of the world, like still are for real. It's just certain things happen, you feel me? You just gotta switch it up, mix it up, you know what I'm saying?
I think that we was ahead of our time. That's what
we really were ahead of our time. I
said that earlier, and that was the first time I ever said that when I said that to you.
No, we really were ahead of our time. Cause what was it, 2020 or 2021 when they finally legalized Juneteenth or whatever the fuck they did? However they did that. So I had met some people and they were like, you know what I'm saying, be part of this poetry show. So man, I ended up bringing all the old poems back, all the old flows back. Really, I just accapella my bars and shit, but everything was so fitting for the time, and I wrote that shit like 10 years prior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, shit just aligns like that sometimes. And things are like that with timing. And that's just how things are. I'm learning to trust myself with all that shit because I think my biggest thing is going to be that whole clearing of my head, like I said, in therapy and all that is going to make me into a stronger and more concise artist about I'm going to trim all the fat off is what it's going to come down to. And whether that's commercializing, it ain't selling out bitches. I'm just trying to reach more people, simplify the message in a way, but also keep the same swag. You know, like I like underground, I like words, I like big words. That's how I am as a person anyways. Like I like to be witty. You get what I mean? Like, that's part of my swag, general, and always has been. So like, smart ass, you know, like.
Nah, for real. That's how you gotta play the world. Cause the world too sensitive, so you kind of gotta be a smart ass.
I'm getting my not give a fuck back too.
I mean, you gotta have. See, that's one thing I never lost.
In the flowing, at least. Well, this is the place where I can do that. I can't really do it at work. I mean, I do at times because I am the way I am and I'm G'd up because that's just how I am. It's like, but I've learned to polish up and just basically not talk. When I leave the house and I leave and I go out to work, I just like stick to myself in a way like. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm trying to learn. I be trying to stick to myself.
You gotta bite your tongue a lot, like on certain shit. Whatever.
Yeah, you do, and you gotta pull it. You gotta tuck your shirt in and pull up your pants, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they want you to do that.
Shave your face.
Honestly, dog, I want to talk about this real quick because like I know I done brought it up earlier, but on some actually seriously bringing up racism shit on job sites. This is how job sites are for construction. Like, if you play like hip hop, chances are out of everybody that's on that floor where you're at or whatever, there's like probably like a percentage of them, maybe even like a predominant percentage of them that would be hating on it, like just hating on you for playing hip hop or like because they're just so country bumpkin ass Ohioan, and those are the people I'm describing when in the song Yeehaw. There's like a makeshift Walmart personality. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. That's just real. That's what inspired that is those guys that are, you know, the same. Anywho, that shit do be existing because I just noticed it in construction and I work construction. That's all I'm saying. So that's a field that is a little bit like that. And anyway, yeah, like you were saying, pull up your pants, tuck your shirt in. Not so hip hop, but I'm hip hop, so I just do that shit anyways. And there are certain people that don't like me just because of how I am. There's lots of people that actually don't feel me as a person, but like, cause they have like whatever judgment about who I am, but they don't really know me. You know what I mean? Like they just see what they seen at the time, which could have been rough or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, like I'm creative when I toe that comedic boundary in a lot. Maybe sometimes at the wrong moment, but whatever, you know, like, I don't mean no harm or nothing usually. Unless somebody else is being a fucking bitch. And I've been doing that lately. I ain't even been being a bitch back to people. Even if they deserve it and even if it's the perfect time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if it's like poetic to do it, I've been like, all right, pull them back. Like, pulling them punches on shit. I've been doing a lot better since I picked one. I realized more so and been more humble and having humility with my own when I'm be fucking up or whatever. Anywho, with therapy, baby. Wow.
Nah, I feel you, man.
Anywho.
Therapy's good for folks, man. I probably should look into it my damn self. But you know me, I just talk to my dogs. They tell me everything. They're like, man, you tripping, Papo. I'll be like, all right. Bad, Papo.
They're probably going to back you no matter what. That's what's gonna happen with that one.
Hey man, but they still gonna give me good energy though. Now sometimes Bang to look at me like, bro, you tripping, bro. Chill out.
Yeah. Well, you might. You just might.
Cause I asked him to dap me up if I was right, and sometimes he wouldn't dap me. He'd look at me like, nah, he just shake his head.
I got a top 5 SIMMIE moment. One time, you like Elon's cousin's butt. she was, because her couldn't like her face. Her name was Christian or some shit like that. And you was fucking on the rocker panel like that police officer was on my rocker panel. Like, but like on her car, like I hollered at her, like on it, like rode. She tried to roll out or some shit. You was on it. She's like, I gotta leave. Like, all right, well, I'm going. That shit was my favorite shit. Rode off on the on the rocker panel with that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she let him out. That was awesome. Legendary shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else? What's the other direction? Okay, so let's talk about what we got going on right now from here on. It's like from this point forward. What you been working on? You've been working on shit. You ain't just been like, not rapping or whatever. You know what I mean? You've been doing whatever shit. What you been doing?
Nah, I've been
I said not rapping. My bad, bro.
Nah. You know what I'm saying? I still kick the
that.
flows every now and then. No, cause my thing with the flows, man, it's like I like to have a muse. Like when in my youth, I just
talked about hey, what I just asked, shit. The question I just asked, what's going on right now? When you talk about that, because you got a muse now, right?
Nah, not for real. That's what my whole point was.
So we ain't gonna get into all that, but
you know,
timing and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying, like, I don't know, it ain't the same these days. You feel me? So never mind. Josh just blew my whole vibe on that because he started looking at me crazy. No, but either way it goes, it's just
fucking fake jazz or whatever Simmy likes to say. Insert Simmy shit.
No, because I was vibing and Josh was like, I was like, nah.
Okay, I'm the nails on the shot.
No, it's all love, G. But no, man. So either way it goes, it's just like every now and then I still get that energy and I'll find it and I kick some bars that motherfuckers ain't ready for. You.
Well, obviously and honestly, you're the type that could do that. Like just when you would rap, I was always trying to push you to rap, kind of when you didn't want to, cause it would make you work harder on it, I guess. Not that you needed that or whatever, but it just I know that's what you needed. You know what I'm trying to say? So I tried to apply pressure on you where you needed that.
No, I feel you.
So like we had that in Art of Wart, and that was what was dope. I don't have that no more, really, honestly, at all. I mean, with the homies, but the homies that I would mention, like I don't get around them all that much, really. So it's like we just get together when we can, and it's love, and then whatever. Yeah, but so you ain't gonna talk about life shit?
Yeah, no. I was gonna talk about on the nowadays. I'm working on, man. I don't know. It's so much. There's so many outlets of things. Really, the main thing is separating public from private. You know, try to protect my private side while maintaining a public image.
That's this conversation.
You know what I'm saying? That's
no, just kidding.
That's it right now, you feel me? But there's so many steps to it because I'm looking at it from a lot of different angles. Like pretty much, you know, the government means mind control, and I'd rather just maintain my sovereignty for real.
Oh yeah, because you know about the straw man, and I'm hip too. I just don't know how. Like basically, I know about it and all that other shit, and I'm hip to KRS One and what he said about it, and I know a little bit about it. I just don't know
it's a lot of starting it. The real tool, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about, like I said, just maintaining your private side. So stop using their instruments.
Of course, or especially giving information out on them things.
But if you're using their instruments,
you're giving data to them.
Just go through a business. Just create an LLC, and then now
you're talking about the government, Facebook, utilities.
I'm talking about anytime that you're gonna use a social security number, you could just use an EIN. That's what I'm telling you. So instead of putting your car and your house in your name, you put in your business name. Now the stuff ain't even under you. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good idea. Okay. That's what you've been working on, gaining the knowledge. You've been, because you're interested in money.
No, well, I'm interested in freedom. That's my main thing, and
Both.
financial freedom is a big part of freedom, you know.
Hell
but
yeah.
at the same time, like knowing how to do things for yourself is wealth as well as health. So what you have to do is really go back to nature. Like, who knows how to grow food anymore? You know, grow corn or watermelon. Who knows which food to grow? Do you grow kale? You know what I'm saying? What kind of soil do you have? You know, what's the weather like in your climate? Like, these are certain things that you have to realize and figure out. Where's your water source? How you gonna purify the water? How you gonna get electricity? Now, are you gonna get internet to your house? How are you gonna do that? You know, so if you want to live off the grid, but on the grid, because my whole idea is you get you a farm that's just all the way off the grid with some solar panels, some irrigation in the well maybe, and make it shake like that, grow your own crops. But then you also have Airbnbs all in the public, but those are all under your business. So anytime that you want to step into the public, you know, you got places to stay out there where if you want to, okay, now I'm going to tap into, because, you know, I feel like staying off the social, I know we on social media or whatever, but staying off of social media is probably the best thing for you. Cause
it's a new fire. I think it's a new fire. Like, there was a period where you're obviously bored or whatever. You're bored, and I get it. People use it in downtime or whatever.
Yeah,
when they're bored.
Well, it's always good to like go back to books, because you think about it.
Yeah, you're right.
You think about it. If anybody who's ever been locked up, I'll tell you, y'all niggas like this straight up. Anybody who's been locked up, what were you in there doing? What did you do for sure?
Yeah,
you read.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody read.
You had to entertain yourself.
Everybody read something. You had to entertain yourself. Why don't you read now that you're back out? You know?
Well, you read a screen. A lot of people read a screen. And after that shit ain't even spell right no more if you just read memes.
I don't feel like reading the screen counts.
No, me neither. I don't either. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
I'm talking about, but that is a point, because you're gonna look at a screen, you're gonna read a screen, or you're gonna watch some TV. You look at it more to be dazzled than you look at it to gain or entertain. Well, I think like half of it is because you're not having to use your full imagination when you're watching something or you're reading something on a screen. You got pictures, because now it's all given for you. You don't have to push yourself to those limits. When you're reading a book, you got to picture everything. And
it's harder too. If you haven't noticed, it's harder to read out of the one than the other because it takes more. Yeah.
You know, and it's one thing like, all right, so you'll be watching a movie, but you'll be tired as shit. So you'll be falling asleep. But it's easier to like watch that movie and then you still gonna kind of hear the movie a little bit as you're falling asleep. You can't do that with a book. It's gonna do the same thing to you. You're gonna be reading and you're gonna be falling asleep when you're gonna be trying to stay with the spot, and you just have to like focus and read, because you know what I'm saying.
That's what you're doing it for. That synapse.
And a lot of people, that's where they be like, well, I don't even want to read books.
Yeah, they quit. They quit.
I read them and I fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? And you know how you have to
push yourself. Like, you have to push yourself with reading books.
You have to push yourself like that. It's not as easy, like, as you know, with the TV and the radio, it's all just coming straight to you.
Well, people are different. They learn different, and some people aren't as good of readers. They learn different ways and all that other shit. But I get, so like they found their like similar, tangible other thing like that. I'm sure.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't believe that, because that's what they tell you in school, and I don't believe half the shit, maybe 90% of the shit they tell you in school. And part of that was that you like kinetic learners, auditory learners, and
I just believe in intelligences. The intelligences, like the
IQs,
different forms of intelligence.
That
your brain is capable of these different levels and forms of intelligence, and some people have higher. Honestly, what I just took, and I could even bust it out now, is I took a personality test on understandingmyself.com, which is through clinical psychologist Jordan Peterson, and I took it and found out all the things that I am in percentages, so I know exactly what, and even the practice of psychology, what what they would label me as. That you just answer all these questions. Anywho, that fucking it's just to help you to understand, you know, and how I am about shit, you know, like, and it's pretty fucking on it, you know what I mean? I didn't mean to cut you off, but what was you saying?
No, you good. You good. I was hearing you, man, because
I just want to, honestly, I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Should be having like left and right, so I was trying to kind of get thrown back. You know,
no. I feel you, because we were talking about like how
different intelligence, emotional intelligence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying, like, I feel like everybody is capable of whatever they believe that they're capable of. So there's
that in the manifestation form of
well, there's a whole saying, and it goes, he who says he can't and he who says that he can are both usually right. Meaning that what you're saying brings what your life is. So you create your own reality. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many ways where you really have to reshape it. Where our mind's like a computer, you just have to reprogram.
We're doing that with reality all the time.
All the time, in real time, every day.
In the universe as we are.
It's just as more as you get trapped into the cycle of
what you're talking about. Yes,
you know
exactly.
What I'm saying?
Paying taxes.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking taxes.
Really being caught up. And I feel like it's being caught up in the public, in your private. If your private persona is caught up in the public, you're in chaos. And that's how I feel, because you can't be private in the public. And that's what people don't understand. They'll say anything on social media, not realizing some of this stuff is for the private, but now it's in the public. So now your life is in chaos, and you know the world's a stage. So you participating in a play, you're not supposed to participate in public controversy. That's how y'all dumbasses end up in court and all this other shit. So.
Or shit, you're fighting with your spouse because it's something that got misinterpreted some way, somehow. Man, because it could easily be.
Or your job. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about job is job means just over broke. You know, Job in the Bible spelled the same way as job. The devil asked God, can I take everything from him and see if he'll curse you?
Somebody kill Joe Biden.
You know what I'm saying? But it's
or
just,
Trump, whatever. Anyway.
I mean, I don't give a fuck about the politics. My whole point about is being on some sovereign shit, because we don't need a president. And get you some land, get off the grid.
Oh yeah, and that's your plan, and I think that's the new American dream. People are starting to learn that. You know, that everybody is becoming a little more aware, and they want their autonomy as well. But who's willing to sacrifice to learn how to have the ability to actually?
It's a lot of
build
work.
This shit.
It's a lot of legal work, but at the same time, so man.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a business. You gotta have your.
The government and the banking system work side by side, so you gotta understand. Okay, my private self is separate from the banking system and the government. So the only one that deals with the two of them is the LLC that I go through, and that LLC can be in your same name. You know what I'm saying? You could have John Doe LLC, and boom. And then that's your business, so you get pulled over. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't, because I earn my money. I earn all my money through an employer, so I'm supposed to.
While working for employers, I still work for employers. So while we work for employers,
this would be my side. My business would be my technically. I mean, not technically. If I can turn it into more than what I can turn it into.
Well, see, the thing is, man, a business gain. So there's two things about it. So. One, a business gains wealth over time. So it becomes more valuable over time. So the longer you have it, honestly, what you should do is when your child's born, they're going to have a social security number. You don't have to get it, but might as well, whatever, man. All you have to know is how to operate around it. But the point is, you got to get an LLC at the same time of their birth. Not really literally the same time, but before they really start using their social security number. And then they can use their EIN instead of their social. So now their private side is safe. And then you could, anytime you go into court, now it's a civil debate, because as long as you didn't harm anybody or damage any property.
Right, you can't be acting a fool off of your autonomy. You know like, if you gain your autonomy, that's how the anarchy thing.
It's not a right to just act a fool.
Yeah,
you gotta be able to.
Don't have to answer.
You gotta be able to respect people.
You're still gonna be in the state you're in, and those laws, and the federal government, and you know what I mean. Yeah. So.
You are.
Same rules on the most.
Yeah, in your private area. you really will have your own laws, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna
saying
be,
you got to govern yourself.
If you're gonna be a true sovereign,
right?
You can't. You
gotta
know
be
what I'm
polished.
saying?
That's
like
it.
you know. So I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person, but I take religious books seriously. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of truth in it. That was our best shot at it. We just recorded it for the best we could at the times. You know, I feel like that's what we did. And then,
well, yeah. Well, I feel like there's a little piece in all of the books.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
If you were to see it, visualize it like a Venn diagram, and it kind of becomes like the flower of life. You have all these different religions,
and that's their version of it. That's people's version of it.
I feel like right there in the middle is the truth. It's
exactly.
Like 5% that's the actual truth that they
take
all,
human nature
that they
into
all
account.
agree on.
Yeah, exactly.
But then outside of that, it becomes perspective. It's just how they see this truth and how they get to this truth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So everybody has their Gnostic doctrines, you know, the things that are esoteric or secret, hidden knowledge. And it's really not hidden knowledge. This is knowledge.
That's just your God. That's just your relationship with God and God working with you. And like whether I call it God or whatever you want to call it, bro, we're talking about the same shit. Just the higher power, bro. We're talking about the same shit.
Whether you believe it's one God or you believe it's many, because it's both. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
How could one that is so great not be like
everything?
Exactly.
If one is everything,
that's why there's so many characters of the motherfucker.
Characteristics. You feel me? And it's just how you look at it. Like sometimes you want to go to your mom for advice.
How do you draw
sometimes
everything?
You want to go to your dad for advice. So sometimes God's a man, sometimes God's a woman. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
On that shit, the energy.
It's
on
like
that shit.
What energy are you talking to? Like it's polarity. Like there's laws. You read the Kabbalion, you feel me? It's masculine and feminine. That's why all this new stuff they talking about, I identify as, man, it's trying to confuse you. Yeah. This is the illusion of confusion out here. This is Babylon. This is chaos. This is madness. And you know what I'm saying? That's not even no scary stuff, because it's like, all right, avoid it. You know what I'm saying? People
should just avoid that when the ignorance, like if it's not worth speaking about that, like that people they're all dumb, ignorant, like motherfuckers, like natural selection. Oh, that shit's real too. Like there are motherfucking hateful people, and that shit still exists. Everything like, but then I feel like we're tuning that shit. Like my best thing is I ignore all that hate and that shit. I mean, for me to like, I just keep it. I got no choice but to just like try and like them people. You just gotta ignore them motherfucking people in general, bro.
I come at them like a comedian. I'm a sarcastic asshole, so I'm gonna keep egging it on.
Just insecurity is human nature. Because people are
humans. Especially like because everybody's online. And the problem with like these internet people is they feel like they feel like they have to pick a lane. They feel like they have to abide by a certain vibe. And it's funny, man, when sometimes the two sides come together that are supposedly opposing, but they hate the same thing. Like it's hilarious to me, because people don't really know. Like it starts out, all right, man, you might talk about Republican, Democrat. You don't even know what that shit means, bruh. Like Democrats for a larger federal government, Republicans for a smaller federal government. That means the government has less power. The federal government has less power.
The people have more power in a republic, and they want, honestly, most Republican views are for the government to have less power than the people that have more power. Honestly, that's why I pick the whole view for a lot of things more so.
But that's not even what I'm trying. I'm not even trying to push. Because I'm an independent. I don't give a fuck. But that shit's bullshit. But the thing is, like, America's not even a democracy. We don't say for in the democracy for which we stand. We say for in the republic. But you know what I'm saying? The republic, because they reutilized the public, you know what I'm saying, and brought the public back out, you know what I'm saying? So it's just this whole thing.
It's a show.
It's a game. It's like you ever play. It's a Truman Show. It's Monopoly, man. Yeah. This whole thing is a game, and it's so.
And we saw the rules.
And it's like the Matrix, man. You saw Neo just sitting in his cubicle, just doing his daily work. As soon as he popped out of there, there's a whole adventure to be had. Go have your
That's
adventure.
What we was trying to do. That was what the Art of War was about. That's what we're still doing with music, and trying to break free from all that. That's what this podcast is about. That's what my music's about. We don't want. I have to work a 9-to-5 job right now to support my family, but eventually I want to make my money on my mind and on my own 10 toes. You know, like, and I'm smart enough too, and I'm funny, and I'm talented, and I just this man right here is talented too. So that's why I want to have him as my first guest, and he's like nothing but love here.
Love
on the deaf side. Because he got me at another level in rapping. If I didn't meet him, I don't know that would I got there. Because there's not too many people I have met along my journey personally that push me to be a better rapper and to try harder. And so like finally getting to meet one of them people along the way has been great, man. Like it's been cool, man. So I appreciate that shit, and flowing with you all is always nasty. You probably heard some of my sickest freestyles ever in the world. Probably,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and maybe even vice versa.
Vice versa, for
Because
sure.
what I was just talking about, like that Royce the 5'9" shit, like just like competitive but friendly nature.
Oh yeah,
Of hip hop, well, two alphas, like
yeah.
two alphas can't
Yeah.
be together, like without, because that wouldn't be two alphas, would it? If they couldn't just sit there and be like,
no,
what
because
it
we
do?
always had to one up each other on the next verse. Like, oh, he said shit. Halfway
had
through
battles.
his verse, I'm already thinking we weren't even really battling.
No,
like,
not totally
like,
fully.
We done been in some battles now. And
But that night they called my case across the table. We was going in on each other. Those were probably some of the better of the killing. We both had a good buzz, beer buzz, like sitting at the table, fucking eye to eye, like going like that shit was fun. And you had caught me in some social ones that got me in. Probably would have won the battle or whatever. And like depending on, I don't know that it had happened. That's the thing is we don't have a declared battle. That's what we don't have. We don't have a definitive declared battle yet. But we've always. Yeah, we've been back and forth like all along the way because we was trying to be fucking the dopest, So that's the best part about all that. Yeah, it made me want to ante up.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, and thank you for hitting me with the truth when I needed it. And
no, vice versa, man. Like you always kept it real, man. We kept each other in line, man, even when we got out of line.
Oh, them times you grabbed the steering wheel, we being too sloshed to drive. I appreciate that. And I dropped you off that night. I called my case. I was too fucked up to drive, obviously. I was just trying to get my show shit done. I had just also been juggling responsibilities my whole life, and you have too.
Yeah, I already know.
But when we get together, hey, let's do a break in 3, 2, 1, and we're live again after break. Pizzaed up, about to be blunted up. Back with SIMMIE AUTO MATIK, talking the art of war.
Yo.
Talking, I guess, personal hip hop origin. Let's talk about. You were explaining what you basically have learned since those days, and before we go into my shit, let's go back to like rhyming in Chicago and starting out rapping or whatever. Like just on some quick shit. Can you do that? Can you do that concisely? Like. Explain like how, like just like a little bit of hip hop. Like first, who's your favorite? Like I guess just go back enough to who made you want to rap. Yada yada. On before I met you, I guess a little bit for.
All right. I mean,
for my sake,
man, like,
you ain't got to spend too much time on it.
Word.
If that's not the direction you want to head in, I don't want to talk about shit you don't want to talk about. That's dumb.
I mean, it's what it is. I can talk about it.
Just on some quick shit, I guess. I
was about to talk about it. You keep cutting me off. But all right, so growing up, man, I was always into poetry. That was really my thing, man. Anytime it was like somebody in the family's birthday, something of that nature, Mother's Day, Valentine's holidays, I'd always write a little poem. I was writing stories back then. I was a real creative as a kid. I like writing stories and making things up, you feel me? But I loved music. My dad, he listened to a lot of the oldies, jazz, Bill Withers, Marvin Gaye, like he Lionel Richie, like, you know what I'm saying? It was fire music. So that was really the vibe I was with, but I loved hip hop because I grew up with it. Like everything around me was hip hop. Rap was like the culture. It still pretty much is. It always has been. But back then, it was like it's prevalent, especially if you was black. Because if you didn't go by the hip-hop standards and you were white, that was straight up. You ain't walk hip-hop, you ain't talk hip-hop, you was a white boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was wild times back then, but it was whatever, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes they'd call me a white boy, but the whole time I'm gassing bars on these cats because, like, I love learning. Like, when I'd be in school, like, finding new words and the meanings and reading the stories, but even dealing with the math and the science and the arts, like history, everything was interesting to me, and I like to learn about it, and then I could utilize that when I go to make songs. So eventually in high school, I just started putting the bars together, and it was fire. I had Actually,
Who's your favorite rapper? Who's the rapper that made you want to rap? You know, like the.
I can't say anyone specifically made me want to rap.
Because that's just a general, like, they pulled you gravitationally. Like,
but the cats that I kind of like mimic my flow off of per se to some degree would probably be like Lupe. He was a big influence because you would have to think 2 or 3 times. You couldn't listen to a song one time and get everything he said.
Oh, hell no.
And that's what I would want to be on. Like, you got to listen to me a couple times. Like, oh, yeah, that was dope the first time. Second time you hear it, like, wait, hold on. That's what he said? Third time, you like, hold on, bro. How did I miss that the first 2 times? You know what I'm saying? Just keep going like that.
Yeah.
So it was entendres, triple entendres. You know, everybody talks about...
Because you like the language arts elements of it.
Yeah, everybody talks about they use metaphors in their flow. But really, they using similes. They don't even know what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Metaphors without using like. They made a play that. Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? But everything is a metaphor now. If you make an illusion, it's a metaphor. Like anytime a hyperbole is a metaphor. Like they just
don't know the distinction.
They don't know the distinction. They just equate it all to the one poetic device. But
there's all kinds of different shit, especially when you get into poetry, because poetry breaks that down.
Yeah, because
syllabically.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And rap is just rhythmically altered poetry. So, but I even had a song. I was like, what I say? I said, man, I'm gonna remember. I gotta play with it a little bit. But it was about poetic devices and broken. I don't want to have to spit the whole first verse because if I did that,
that's how we would have to remember. Yeah,
that's how I could get there easy.
So you was into language. I kind of always liked English and language arts, and then I guess I was into the poetry too. It was creative and just like my grandma was an artist, and so like it's like I like drawing and I like painting, but I like music more, and like they did that enough to, but I wanted to play guitar, I wanted to play bass, but my grandpa wouldn't give me a bass. He had to give me a guitar. He wanted me to like learn music, and you don't know what you don't know, so like I like. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, so I just started learning the instruments. I probably learned drums more proficiently first than anything else, and then kept working on all the other stuff. Guitar and bass I can play good enough to at least make some beats out of. Then I just my influences was the Sluggo Dog, the Atmosphere, and the Rhymesayers Clan, and all that shit. That shit had me fucking hyped about hip hop. That's where I found it, and like. Scribble Jam and all the YouTube videos, that whole wormhole, man. I saw all that shit in the 90s and just like fire. But anywho, that's what had me going, and it still got me going for real.
I remember the poetic devices for y'all. I said, with the lips and metaphor, eyes a simile, ass analogy, breasts hyperbole, all of these currently are the nicest shit. Body's an island of poetic devices. Her stomach's a paradox. Her thighs are irony. Curves a euphemism. Smile ambiguity. Are you kidding me? You gotta be the nicest. Your body's an island of poetic devices.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? But I threw them all in, hyperbole, ambiguity.
And that's tight. That's tight that breakdown in there like that.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I like to make people think, man. Like, I want them to be able to break down my music. They break down an art piece. You know what I'm saying? Not just you listen to it one time and get a surface level understanding of it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard to write sometimes, because I'll be trying to outdo myself on the last one.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a challenge every time. That's the fun part. Or not so fun, depending on how you look at it. Okay, so then that's the little bit of origin. So like the shit what I'm on now is I had this idea to start talking. It's just I need a place to be creative and use words, talk, have conversations, long form, plus tell stories, like and what better to do than make it count. And I think that this is what this is. Like, we're not wasting time when we're hitting record, and that's just the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. Cause it's always good to have something on wax, man. It feels good to play old stuff back.
It probably feels good to hear your voice, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oof. So I've been trying to get this motherfucker over here on this mic and just period in general for like fucking ever. I even wrote a couple of bars about that the other day. It was like matter of fact, it's been since like so ever long since fucking just how long I've been trying to get your ass in on it just to make a song in general, and we're gonna do that.
No, for sure, man. We gotta do that.
I'm glad. We were just talking just a minute ago about group shit. Let me talk about my shit first, and we can like just hypothetically talk about group shit or whatever. So I just got this. I'm gonna do this more. I'm gonna have people over and talk to them long form about. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now fucking this whole thing up. Anyways, I'm gonna have people over and just have long conversations with them about just life and shit. And like I think I'm gonna try and get Aaron on. And try and get people that I work with on a regular basis. Right now I'm putting out Even Demons, Believe in God. Recently just got back. I had some personal shit going on in my life with the family shit. I had to get that shit together, but now I'm back fully grinding. So, I just tracked a song. I'm just in the studio. That's what I'm trying to do. This is just because like it worked out and it aligned. So when that opportunity happens, I'm gonna have people in and over and on and all that other shit, man. So, yeah, man. Thanks for coming. And let's get into that group shit that you was talking about, man. We're gonna come out how we made up Art of Wart, man. It was just all on the fly and improv. Fueled how I really started writing for a long time. So maybe just free flow some ideas on a title or whatever. We obviously got to name the shit. You know what I mean? Like we ain't gotta do that right now. Pressure it. But what up, man? What's going on, man? I got another baby coming.
I feel you, man.
My babies do my girl's birthday. That's when my new babies do, and I'm pretty sure it's a girl by how everything's going on.
That's what's up. Best of both worlds. You get the boy, you get the girl, man. So yeah, I'm hoping I don't have a boy and a girl. I ain't trying to have twins.
Oh, a twin.
Everybody keep trying to jinx me with them.
They will. Man. They do that shit. People always try and jinx you as a parent.
What's wrong with y'all, G?
They just be trying.
Just give me one or the other.
Twice the work.
You heard it here first. If I get a boy, I'm naming him Kairos. Kairos. Kairos.
You can't ever tell nobody you're pregnant. That your girl's pregnant. That's why I was trying to get you to all say when, but now you know, and now he knows, and now the world knows. SIMMIE AUTO MATIK.
And if I have a girl, her name is Zenzi. Zenzi. Zenzi.
You got full autonomous naming abilities in your house right now?
Yo, I mean, we work on them together. Like,
oh, that's tight. That's tight. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. That's cool. Good shit.
Yeah. Good. We actually use ChatGPT a little bit, man. We asked the AI to put together some spiritual yet indigenous, esoteric, high frequency.
Oh, you hit it with the word, all the keyword search type shits, and then they hooked you up. That's cool. Man, we just go on torrents naming and trying to incorporate and use people in the families. And
see, I was trying to find some high frequency. So like Kai, like that's Kai, like Merkaba, you feel me? That's the light body, you feel me? So actually, I think Ba is the body. Don't quote me on this because it's been a minute since I learned this. But Merkaba.
We're just bullshit, man. That's the point.
You feel me?
That's the point.
But either way, Kai, yeah. Oh, actually,
I'm sure you
Kai
don't want to be wrong on purpose.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think Kai is the spirit and Ba is the body, yeah. And I guess Mer would be the light. But either way it goes.
I see what you're going with there and what you're going for.
But Kai and then Rose is like, you know what I'm saying? Most kings like King Los, you know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite rappers.
The King Los is a G, dude.
He's a G.
Hey, well, see, that's we was talking early, and I was gonna ask it now on MCs, and like, I'm with you on that. I agree there. It's just a dog, bro. And he's also been in the battle circus some, and he'd be freestyling too. And I think honestly, those people would fuck with us. We just gotta find a way to get it out there. What we have to realize,
as people in this area is that Dayton's right there, Columbus is right there, and Cincinnati is right there, and then that's we could do a whole stretch, set them up, knock them down, shows like, and just keep working on that, work that shit. I mean, that's 3 cities. That's a whole. That's like a. It's a big deal. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's more than. I think that people need to like not get so defeatist about it. Like, and I get like that too. Trust me, but like, I think that it's all here. I feel like our perspective, if we fix our perspective about it, we could get headed in the right direction again. That's all. We got the talent. That's for damn sure. So.
No, for sure. It's just about putting your all into it. You know what I'm saying? But.
Well, let's put the past behind us on a lot of shit, and let's just.
It's not about the past. It's about the new beginnings.
Yeah. Let's keep this bitch running too. Man, what else we got? What else is there to talk about? We got.
I don't know, because I would talk about the website, but it's not all the way in development yet. So I don't.
But you got something under?
I don't need no
working on some shit.
Yeah, I'm working on some stuff. Just know it's gonna bring the community together.
He's working on a website, but we can't really talk about it. So that's good news, though. That's tight, though. I'm happy that you're working.
It's gonna bring the people together. Trust me. When the time's right, everybody's gonna know.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and but that's pretty much what you've kind of been working on.
Yeah.
And not being prolific with putting out music, but you've been working at that, and that's what kind of why we was talking about the whole like freedom and went off on that tangent a little. But I'm hoping to get your ass back in here.
Just keep your ear out for Net Worth Networks. You feel me? That's the umbrella corporation. But that ain't the website name. I still don't even want to give y'all that. But just know Net Worth Networks.
It's
that's
not coming off of his domain. It's just not doing it. That's tight. That's fire. I'm putting out Even Demons. I'm gonna get you on this album. You're going on it. You're getting it. You're getting in there, man. And then that'll be that first track. It's not that we haven't make music together, like, because we made Shadow Puppets, which is what I was trying to bring up earlier. That was actually the first song we ever really did together. And then it was good. It was a good.
Control the Flow was on it together.
Was we? I just don't remember.
I got the whole thing. Yeah. Control the flow. You can't control the flow.
I remember all of us always having it and making it up, and I remember all that. I just don't remember me putting that down over it.
I got it on wax, man.
That's crazy. Awesome. Maybe I did. Maybe I knew that I had another verse. I thought that I. Anywho, long story short, I am gonna make fucking tracks, dog. And then my plan, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm letting my nuts hang. I'm sending my done tape when it's all mixed, the best that it can be mixed. I'm sending the tape into Tech Nine. That's what I'm doing. Cause like I was listening to the Crook's Corner. I was listening to their podcast shit, and I happened to know that being a boss motherfucker like him, like he's not gonna have no ounce of hater in him. He's just gonna give you a straight shot and a straight opinion and a straight. So if like anybody could do anything, or if anybody can help or give me any type shit or opportunity, even, it would be him, and he would do it out of not being a hater type shit, you know. So that's just where I feel like what might be one of my better moves, you know what I mean? Because like motherfucker's the king type shit. So I had always been wondering about like if I was ever gonna send a tape somewhere, what I would do with that. But that dude actually looks for flows, like choppers, spitters, gunners. So I wanna, and then I just don't. It's not that I can't rap fast. I just moved away from it to try and work on like different vibes and tunes, and I want to explore the slowing it down, just so more people. Maybe I feel like at that slowing it down makes it at some point to where more people can follow along, because in this area, just how it is. This is how it is, you know. And I'm gonna make them both ways. I'm gonna make them intricate and like verbose, and then not also, you know what I mean, and simple, and so that way I can get the best of both worlds from this shit, you know. So that's what I've been working out. Working out. That's one. Working out. Singing being more melodic because that's big right now. I don't know. It sounds like I'm selling out and being poppy, but I kind of am in a way. But I just want to have female fans. I want to have just wider, open to more general.
Yeah, broader fan base.
For sure.
I feel you. No, you gotta be versatile in the game for sure. Like I changed my flow a little bit, but I still spit the same things. I just do it at a different staccato, you know.
Well, shit. I mean, don't we all do that? We're always looking for a different or new or slicker. It's just like which how you pick to.
Yeah,
come
different
at it,
cadence. You feel me?
Mhm.
Just yeah, switch it up sometimes, but at the same time, the content,
And
the real is still there.
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do with this
The
too. Is
substance.
because we were always on that trying to like bridge the gap between commercial music, not commercial music, but
No, I feel what you're saying. Between commercials and what people would call conscious. That's why my whole thing was like, I'm not quite conscious. Like SIMMIE AUTOMATIK, the character, you feel me? He ain't quite conscious. Like he understands like the deeper shit, but at the same time, like I'm playing around the world too. So it's like the whole dichotomy. That's why the whole thing with SIMMIE AUTOMATIK, you know, you think guns, but the whole point is never glorify guns. You know what I'm saying? I'm not meant to be glorified, more so horrified for real. So, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot to that. But
I remember he was talking about that shit when.
yeah, I got a whole flow that just breaks that shit down. But that was the fun of it. Just like
Shit, you'd have a spiel when you pull up talking about it. And that shit was helpful in that, you know, just pulling up on people shit. You know, when fucking.
yeah,
It was like they were pulling up on motherfuckers out there, like busting.
they would be
for
shot. They'd be like,
rap
SIMMIE
busting.
AUTOMATIK. Oh, you a gangster? I'm like, nah, and I had to break it down.
Yeah, it's pretty much probably mostly what it was.
Mm.
That type of shit. So, Cube, how was your time with Cube when Cube came through? What the fuck? What's up with
cool.
that, man?
We just spit a couple. We just spit a couple ciphers, man. It was a cool little time, man.
I bet. What the
Turned to-
fuck? I'm sorry that I fucking missed it. We turned into what? Sorry.
Yeah, man. No, it was cool. It was cool. I had my speaker out. They tried to tell us we couldn't have our speaker out. We was making too much noise and stuff.
Who's
We
that?
turned it back on. We was at the. I don't want to put no names on blast, but
Nah.
we was out in Yellow Springs and at a place.
It wasn't love like it
It wasn't the pit. Like I said, Yellow Springs ain't what it used to be, bro. So yeah, it was like.
You're fucking up our vibe. We're playing AC/DC in here,
It
dude.
wasn't even that. Like, we were the only ones playing music. Everybody in the back was vibing. It was just like the owners of the place. It was like, well, the neighbors been complaining, and they'll call the police, and they just all sound like. And I don't
Rehearsed.
know. I don't know. Well, I don't know if it's the owners who the issue is, or really the neighbors, or the police. Like, I don't know who doesn't want it. But you just look around the whole world, like everything ain't as fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had a peak in the like Project X era. Like, we was just having fun. Like, we was just out here, like, you know what I'm saying? How we were doing.
Oh, until they came and kicked you out. But they always used to try. There wasn't always that we got like that. Listen, this is the other side of that. Because there was other times when it wasn't so slick. Like, motherfucker would be like, you ain't on the set list. You kick it in. You know, there was them. We did face some rejection.
We
and all that
faced some
shit.
adversity. Yeah, but it wasn't even that because we still came to party, so we had a good time.
And it ended up being fun,
And we
but-
still made some connections
Point
because it was always networking. That's why the whole thing is net worth networks. You feel me? Because, you know, net worth is your network.
Right. And so you got Chasetown Springs, buddy. There's one time I got booted out of an open mic in Yellow Springs. This is somewhere in or after the time we was talking about Cuba. I was saying Ritalin, rhyming Ritalin and riddling, and like just a couple times I feel like she thought I was saying the drug more or something. She was like just itching to kick me off stage over that shit. So then, you know, sometimes something might come out. He wasn't trying to cuss, which you're also doing in hip hop inside of a coffee shop. So if it's a sensitive kind of like a. It's kind of sensitive, man. What you say and do kind of matters. You're trying to bring people into there, so like happy or upbeat or shit, or I don't know if you got a little vibe, that's best. But it was just how it just had happened to where like it wasn't so fly at some of them times, and then some of them times like the sound system would be shit. I've had plenty of bad shows or whatever too along the way. That's just kind of what kind of gets me away from wanting to not do as much doing shows. And I want to do shows. I want to go out and try and get them. That's what I'm saying. I'm hungry to still do all that. I want to. And if I get them, you better be down to like get some shit together because.
Yeah, I'll hop up there with you.
I need a little bit of just like a little bit of group shit popping for a second would be cool. Just a track or two. Shit, you can do my like not saying like man like Sonya make you my hype man. I'm just saying, but like if you did at least the song we do together on whatever my next show is or whatever, then that's like your like star cameo to like get whatever little shit and plus like just that doing that is gonna make you want to do it. Just will like I know you and I know that, and so that's kind of why I always just never gave up on trying to push you to keep rapping with me, man. And I've always you check over time, bro. I prove it over screenshots, bro. How many times I've been trying to kick it flow, which man,
I already know, man.
So it's been dope, man. I don't know. I got a couple friends, I guess I would say, left, and a couple of them are still rappers, and it's just tight to still have that shit. Be the age that we're at. And we didn't die of dope or nothing. Like, well, mostly only of us prayed with me, but I didn't, so that's good. I would like to just also say on that dope thing that I tried heroin twice, but I've never shot heroin. Never shot a drug, period. I was too scared to ever shoot a drug because I didn't think I'd ever come back from that shit, which was probably the truth. I just never want to put myself in that situation. That ain't gonna happen. It's like fucking smoking cracks, like playing Russian roulette, basically. You know what I mean? Whatever. I think that the reason why I was experimenting is because after prison, after getting through all that, just being locked down like that all the time, it's just like a certain level of like just not give a fuck about like life and the world, and you get numb and like.
No, that's a lot of shit, man. Because that's what's an adult. Because I feel
it's
like
it's just there, and you're like, man, fucking up, must be crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying. Anyway, that's that white boy in me, right there. That I'll smoke. Go over and shut the window, turn my phone off, like just dumb shit. Like I smoke crack, not really crack, but like smoke cocaine like probably like 2, 3, 4 times in my life. And then meth like not quite 20, somewhere in there, but that's still a lot. But 20, yeah, that's a lot. There was some times for weekends if I had the money to buy the shit, and then bow. But you just lose control over just life and you and it and everything. So fuck losing control of all drugs that make you lose control of yourself and your life and that kind of shit. How much control do you really actually got any motherfucking way? You know what I mean? So just offering that up by being fucked up is ridiculous. Especially with actual responsibilities. People depend on your shit. I just fucking, nah. I got time to do personal shit like art, but not shit like that. On our beer run, I bought this wine, and it's supposed to be like mead, and the mead that I wanted was like the strawberry, this shit we was talking about Springs as I got there, but it's wine made like honey wine. It's horrible, man. It really is.
Yeah, with mead, you thought it'd at least be mid, but it wasn't even that.
Not only that, it's 8% alcohol is $22 for 750 milliliters. That's not very big. Ow. All right. All right. So here, fuck all that. Since we're just bullshitting and whatever, do you have a verse you could get through comfortably?
I have a million of them.
Right now?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it? Like, what about with it as loud as it is? You know, could you make it to where I don't have to fuck with the gain that much?
Yeah, I can spit it.
All you just gotta do is say it like on some chiller shit, or I can turn it over. Let me just go fuck with the game, son. Let me just fuck with it. That way you can do it right. All right, here goes none.
Yo, so you know how I was talking about my muses and everything. This one for the ladies. This was about my most recent muse, man. She had me inspired to give y'all this fire. What I said, opposed diametric. I could die by those metrics. Should have half a mind not to rely on these methods, but damn, you're so tempting. With your aesthetic, you keep leaving me breathless now. I'm so asthmatic, asthmatic and more than I could fathom. Hope you never go ghosting in the past, my little phantom. Knowing me, I'll probably ask an exorcist for answers, and maybe just for blessings plead the pastors. Higher maintenance, what I get for greener pastures. Code breaker. When they pester me with passwords, I'm just trying the passwords. Apologize for passwords, and if I can't, well, I just pray these ain't the last words, yeah. Inglorious bastard is all I really am, at least much as I've mastered, but you? A new chapter in this fantasy novel, with a happily ever after, clapping from the rafters. I'm your biggest fan first, oscillate like fan turns, but here to give you fan service. You just mad perfect, bound to make me bite the apple like that damn serpent. Thinking lust a deadly sin to myself, man, repent. But in you I wanna invest until I'm spent. Yup, for the wages of sin is death, and I'm in your debt.
Sorry, bro.
I said you could hold it. He said you could
I was trying. I thought. All right. Back.
It'd be better. I mean, of course, yeah, it's cool, but if we put the track.
Oh, I already know and all that. Like, honestly, this might not even. I don't even think this shit's gonna make it in it. Honestly, maybe even like some part I'll put your shit that was in it that was good. But like I said, I didn't. I just wanted to do it.
No, I just felt like freestyling. Man.
I want to feel the guilt tomorrow and push myself. That's all I can do. There's after you don't do whatever for the minute, you gotta pick yourself back up and make yourself get as strong as you used to be. That's just how it is. It's like, well, you don't fall off once you got the momentum. You know what I mean? That's bottom line. Like, and that, the only reason I had really in any other way had before was because life had kicked me in the balls so fucking bad to the point where I had to. There's just no other, like, I didn't really see it as any other option. You know what I mean? Like, but the fact that I'm still here, you know, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm still on it and still like, did y'all like, I like went out and was like, oh, I'm not this person anymore, you know, I'm this version of me or nothing, you know, like I've been me since I decided to be, you know, so.
No, I feel you. That's what it's gotta be, man. I've been trying to get back on my shit. I'm just working step at a time. I'm just taking it step by step. Cause I'm like, if I can knock these little things off my goal list, then I can start hitting the bucket list.
I mean, I feel like it starts with what we're doing, and these songs is what I'm hoping for, and because these I'm doing this shit so that we can have an outlet to.
What the hell?
Yeah, so we can have an outlet to, and like, and have this shit. I want people to listen, and I want to be able to create content, but I'm not Mr. Like take a picture all the time. Shit, more or less talk and have long conversations, and, and like that'll give me an excuse too. You know what I mean? So yeah. We'll take a break on me. Are we done even?
Now we can take a quick break.
Yup, off break. Bitch, get back to work. Xavier. Who's the other day? Oh yeah, I wanted to say this out loud on the podcast. He heard me. So he said this. He came into the studio the other day and just crept up on me while I was rapping there, and I seen him. And then he's like, "You making songs, Dad?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I like to do. Like you like playing games. I like making songs. And he's like, well, you keep making songs. Like make as many songs as you can make." And I'm like, all right. Someday I would do that, but it's just random shit he stops by and says to me. I'm like, hell yeah, man. All right. Thank you, sir. I will do that. Promise. That shit's fire. That's like crazy. The kid shit is fire, bro. You're gonna love that shit. Damn, homie. Must have died. Anyway. I mean, what other...
Well, I said there's a million topics to go off. It's like...
I mean, what's your play on... Like what we said, we were saying that, like, so what this is for, let's talk election real quick. Like, I feel like after Trump was elected, what happened was they hired some people to run up, cause a diversion, run up in the White House, say they were Trump supporters. They basically cut Trump off TV, came in with the military because they had stolen the votes and did the electronic voting, and then locked down the White House and was like, "We're the president now." That's what happened, basically. And like, that's my take on it. And like, I don't love Donald Trump, bro. That's not my thing. It's not what I'm saying. He was the only person that was trying to be like, well, they don't want me to be president anymore. Fine, then I'm gonna pull the curtain back a little bit. Yeah, that's why he was cool. You know what I mean? He is obviously, who he is and how he is and all that shit. But like, you gotta tip your hat when it's time to. I try whenever I can to, bro. Like, I'm not a hater at all, man.
Nah, I feel you.
It's good.
I don't even know.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. I don't trust none of them. You feel me? So I'm not gonna say one cat's for us and one cat's against us. I just go with my optics, and I fuck with Trump just off the strength that at least if he gonna be blatant and straightforward, he gonna be blatant and straightforward as opposed to somebody who's trying.
It's a real motherfucker. That's the thing is he I think it's a real recognized real thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't be what the motive he's got is just to be as real as he can fucking be, because you recognize that because you do that.
But at the same time, my thing is like, I push against like the mainstream. So the mainstream is like pushing for like Joe Biden and the leftist.
Well, you seen how they was coming at you. You should have seen how they was coming at the propaganda. How they was coming at people with the propaganda was crazy. I just feel like I was like, I couldn't believe the shit I was hearing type shit.
Yeah, no. It's insane, but at the same time, I feel like they push it so far in both directions, because it's like, okay, well,
it's meant to scramble you.
Yeah,
though.
Exactly.
You know what
it's
I mean?
like, if I don't want to be down with this, that means my only other option is this. But what if they controlling that option too? Which is what they. Which is
what it is. The other option is the fucking diversion, which is and that's what I think politics are. I think that you don't have a choice any fucking way either way. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't have a choice, man. That's why I say just try to be as sovereign as possible. It starts.
I feel like you should still vote as long as they're not making it 3 different ways you can vote?
I always vote for the person who, not that I know is not gonna win, but the person that I really go for, and it's always the person I know that's not gonna win. So like Cynthia McKinney in 2008, you know what I'm saying? I was rocking with her. People don't even know who she is. She be breaking down the real shit still to this day.
That's what us people as academics or people as scholars or whatever you really consider yourself to really be and have passion for and affinity for. And I think it's tight to see people that once had their 15 minutes, even if they only have 15 minutes, and then like you like, man, I'm trying to people that this dude's doing now, and instead of seeing them all blown out, cracked out, bad, you see it like glowing, doing the same shit. That's the best thing ever. Like I love that shit. I'm like, yes, and like it being in the same level, that too. That shit's a plus too. Those are my favorite artists in general. Our motherfuckers like still killing it, doing the same shit they was doing when I fell in love with them, pretty much as artists. Blah. I don't know, man. Now that I got the nicotine, I might be able to freestyle something better. Feeling like juice is flowing. You want to try another little? Yeah, fuck it. We'll try one more. My phone died. You're gonna have to fuck with your shit. Hey, punch in on your phone on YouTube. Just Dan on YouTube for instrumental. And we take it back.
Just Dan.
Just Dan. Like spelling normal.
Like just DAN.
Yep.
All one word.
No, space. That one I showed you, one of them was, what was that? Actually, shit, check this one out. I'll give you a title. What's going on? Can't get on it. We are definitely in the end rounds of this here first podcast, and I gotta say it's been dope. I'm pretty sure that there's some highlights. There's some, you know. I work today. It's the last day before a holiday. Get the holiday pay. Marking at Danish has been tight. I switched my drywall companies and went non-union recently. I went for the money. I sold out when it came to my family. I was like, give me the bread. Don't give me the fucking pension in 25 years. Give me the bread now.
No.
It's cool. I make $31.75, and then in this March I'll make another $1 something raise, and I'll make another $1 something, $1.75 I think. That's tight, man. On out. There's no cap to that. There's no ceiling to that. So every year, that's cool. That's fucking shit. Problem is you get fucking fucked on taxes once you reach that. Once you make it more than so much, they're like, nah. There you are. Now you're back at the bottom, but the top of the bottom. Some bullshit. You gotta make a certain amount, otherwise you're getting fucking hit. Trump would lower, man. He had that shit popping too. He had shit. That's why I fuck with him too. Is when he was around, shit was right. Ramen noodles cost what they cost. Gas costs what it costs. Cigarettes cost what it costs. Yeah. There was still the bullshit. After certain people took office and had fucked the shit up. That shit was still fucked up from that, honestly. And he had took it back, almost back before that on certain shit. So, honestly, that shit was fly. He obviously acted like a jackass. He should have not ever spoke in public, really. He should have just kept it private. Like, he was talking like it just had somebody come talk for him. Like, not that nobody wants that from a president, but I mean, if you're gonna bitch about everything he says, you don't hear nothing
about Joe Biden, so it's like,
you can't say anything because they're either feeding you false whatever the fuck.
I don't even hear nothing about.
I don't care. I quit caring after they took over in front of me. But at the same time,
you still want to know what he's doing.
Well, you can't. You watch what their headlines are and know it ain't that. You know what I mean? Know that.
I mean, but it's subtle shit.
Well, I know that when they're doing whatever shit they're doing, that it's not they're exactly, and I know it was all subtle the whole time. That's why I know what happened, because Lady Gaga was in. How come this whole shit was shut down? But Lady Gaga, she got a front row pass inside the White House, already been there. You know what I mean? Like it's just, it's their little clique of people.
Yeah.
First off, fuck them, but their little clique of people, they are who they are, and they're there. They flaunt it now. It's not hidden anymore. It's not. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
It ain't hidden no more. It's not in the.